from the Brux Night Guard. You mold it at home to the top or bottom teeth. Other mouth guards go all the way to the back, which allows the back teeth to touch. This is where most of the grinding and clenching occurs. The Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Order your Brux Night Guard today and get 10% off plus free shipping. Go to bruxnightguard.com and enter the code BRUX95. That's BRUX95.
Stop your grinding with Brux Night Guard.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, WT51CT Gainesville, WRUF FM, HD2, and the WRUF radio app.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Gator Sports Network. Live from Miller's Ale House in Celebration Point, this is Gator Talk, presented by Dreamfinders Homes, building throughout Florida, official home builder of the Gators. Gator Talk is also brought to you by UF Health. At UF Health, we believe human progress has no finish line. Visit humanprogress.ufhealth.org to learn more. Meldon Law, official injury and accident law firm sponsor of the Florida Gators. We won't back down. Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. Do dip with Hellman's and do no wrong. And by Wells Fargo, official retail bank of the Florida Gators. Now let's go to Miller's Ale House at Celebration Point in Gainesville. Here's the voice of the Gators, Sean Kelley.
Hello, everyone. Great to have you all here tonight. Greetings, everyone listening across the state. Welcome into Gator Talk. We're live from Miller's Ale House as usual, and yet another great crowd here in week 3 of the football season. Gators are 1-1 and on the road for the first time this weekend. So we've had 2 home games the last week, and we've called this the official start of the Gators football weekend. We'll do it again. Why not? Because we're all in that mode, and the Gators will travel tomorrow. Hayden Hansen will be here later on this hour. We're looking forward to talking to the former quarterback. We'll talk more about that, now a tight end, obviously. And when he walks in the room, those of you here to see him in person, if you see him for the first time, and you put that in your mind that he used to be a quarterback, I think you'll probably have to pick your chin up a little bit to think about that for a moment. But, as always, first and ready to go, the head coach of the Florida Gators. Please welcome, everyone, the head coach, Billy Napier.
Yeah.
Great to be with you.
Yes, sir.
It goes fast. Here we are on Thursday night again.
Absolutely.
I'm going to start the conversation like this tonight. I don't want to dig too deep into last weekend's game, but I do want to know, how did last weekend affect you and your team this week?
Well, first of all, tough. That's what I would say. You know, I think and it's important to confront these things head on as a competitor and as a leader. I think when you get presented with adversity, you know, you can compromise or you can choose character, you know, and I think ultimately we've challenged our team to do that. And listen, I would tell you, you also need to elevate. Sometimes we have a tendency to shrink back, to protect ourselves, to find a soft place on the ground to lay down, right? But it's important to stand up. We challenge the accountability of the group. We've done quite a bit, and I'm going to tell you something, man. This is a challenge, right? It really is. When the unexpected happens, it's a really test of who you are, right? So refuse to make excuses, really embrace a tough situation, and then you have to overcome a setback, right? So I think the group early in the week, you know, I think we've kind of got them back in the right frame of mind, and they're excited about what's coming next. I think this group wants to prove who they are. You know, I think it's important that they do that. It's important to them. It's certainly important to me. So, yeah, we're 2 games in. We got a lot of football left to play, and you know, I think all the things that we've invested, all the work that we've done, the relationships of this group, it didn't just disappear, right? So we get a chance to put it on display, and Saturday night's our next opportunity.
Coach, there was that evidence last year. You know, this doesn't disappear. This is who we are. Mm-hmm. It felt like last year's turnaround came from within. It was internal with the players. Do you draw similarities to that here this week? There are a lot of familiar names and faces. That was that group. I get that. But do you sense that here again?
Yeah, you can't flinch, man. I mean, this is sport. This is competition. I mean, I think that at this level, right, I mean, I think that it's part of being in the arena, right? There's a certain requirement that comes with this game. So they're chomping at the bit to get back out there and play. I think if we had a game Wednesday, it'd been better for us, you know. So we're not like baseball and basketball where we get to play the next day or the next couple of days. We got to wait a whole week. So, you know, I've talked with Sully and Todd about that quite a bit. So, yeah, I think it's tough. It's a challenge, and I think these are the ones you get paid for. You know, you got to get in the mix here and roll your sleeves up, get your hands dirty, and push the right buttons, and I'm hopeful we've done that.
Coach, after you examine the loss and you start to pull out, well, we could have done this better, or we need to be better here, what's the balance between just trying to, like, you know, the car's broken and I'm going to go fix the broken parts, but yet I still have to have our same process? How do you balance those two things?
Yeah, you got to be objective. You got to keep it technical. You know, you got to show the players where they could have done things better. You have to take ownership of the areas where you could have done things better for them. And then you collaborate. You work together. You know, it's not one person's fault. We play a team game. You know, on average, 50 to 55 players play in every game, and then I think there's a synergy on offense in particular where you have to have 11 players doing it just right, and then defensively can be the same way at times. So we did enough, you know, that was self-inflicted to make was healthy for the team to some degree. Look, these things are, you know, you got to decide what you're going to do with it, right? You can shrink back and kind of shut it down, or you can kind of be resilient and overcome it, or you can use it, okay, and make exponential improvement going forward. And I'm hopeful that's what we can do.
So it can be fuel.
There's no doubt about that. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
DJ Lagway has played 6 quarters this season after being limited all offseason. And to be fair, the first quarter of this past game, the Gators offense had 1 series in the first quarter. So I call it even less than 6 quarters. Coach, where is DJ Lagway right now in his process as compared to whether you saw him at his best last year or where you have a vision for him? Where does that fall with him right now?
Well, I think he had his best week this week. I would just say in terms of operation, communication, authority of the plan, you know, I think he's obviously highly motivated. One of the cool things about this young man is it is so important to him to do his job for his teammates, right? All he says is, man, I just want to do my job for my guys, right? And I think that's been the difficult part of the offseason is he's missed quite a bit of work with the guys. So he's an elite teammate. You know, that's the thing I respect about him the most. And I think ultimately he wakes up every day on a mission to try to improve so that he can contribute at his highest level.
I wanted to ask you about Brendan Bett tonight, Coach. I know that you've talked with the media on a couple of occasions during this week about it. It's an ongoing process here amongst our Gators in the room tonight and those listening. I just wanted to bring it up one more time as to how you wanted to leave it with regard to how you've handled the Brendan Bett situation after the ejection last week as we head into a new week here against LSU.
Yeah, I was anxious to see how Brendan would handle it. You know, I was really watching him closely, observing him. And I think he's tried to do this with some dignity to some degree. I wanted to see remorse. You know, I wanted to see some maturity. And we met. He came to visit with me, and he talked a lot about his plan, you know, and I listened to him. And he apologized to the team. He actually, you know, talked about reaching out to the young man on the other team, apologizing to him. He made a public statement. It was really important to him. He felt terrible about not only his teammates, but just the University of Florida alumni. You know, I think he was just felt terrible about how he had represented not only himself and his family, but the team and the university as a whole, right? So this is very out of character for this guy, to be quite honest. So there's a lesson to be learned for him and also the rest of our team in terms of composure and poise. These guys, one day they're going to have a wife and a family, and they'll be at Miller's Ale House, and some guy's going to say something to them they don't want to hear. And can you keep your poise and composure and not compromise sometimes your strength can become your weakness just like that, right? And I think it's important for a guy like him to learn from this, and I think for our players to observe him and learn. So obviously he didn't play the rest of the game, and there'll be some internal discipline already quite a bit, and then there'll be some consequence in terms of going forward here, playing on the team.
It is your style not to share what those consequences are or what that internal discipline is. I will ask you this, though. You are a father. Your father was a coach. You've worked under coaches since you came away from college. Where did you learn that style, or where did you learn how to figure out how to handle a disciplinary situation like this?
Well, discipline is ultimately the design of discipline. The intention of discipline is to help change behavior long term, right? Not just temporarily. So that's the goal. And look, we run a tight ship. I mean, I think if you had a chance to be behind the scenes with our crew, we don't put up with much. So, I think he gets it. I think our team gets it. And it's unfortunate. And got to take ownership of it. That's the most important part.
All right. Thank you for addressing that.
You got it.
Head coach Billy Napier with us here tonight. Hayden Hansen still to come. I'll start the conversation about what happens on Saturday night when we come back from our first time out. We'll also get questions here from the audience tonight at Miller's Hill House 2. Don't forget, score a taste touchdown at your next tailgate with Hellman's, the official mayonnaise of Florida Athletics. Gator Talk presented by Dream Finders Homes, official home builders of the Florida Gators. We're back to Miller's Ale House after this on the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Lease a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $309 a month for 36 months. Offer valid through September 30th, 2025. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. 4308 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Hey Gator Nation, this is Vicki Brown-Worski, Director of Gators and Pal Hurt. As the Bank of Doing and official sponsor of Florida Athletics, Wells Fargo is supporting our student athletes on and off the field with interactive financial health curriculum and empowerment resources. Wells Fargo has a game plan for the full student athlete experience from their first semester on campus through graduation. Learn more about what Wells Fargo is doing to put people and communities first by visiting wellsfargo.com/impact.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Gator Talk, presented by Dream Finders Homes on the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
Get the Rolex of your dreams at International Diamond Center's 3-day epic Rolex event this weekend. IDC's buyers have scoured the globe for the finest luxury pre-owned Rolex models. Some models never even worn, still in the box. Submariners, Daytonas, Pepsis, Batmans, Datejusts, Yachtmasters, Skydwellers. IDC has cornered the market on the most impressive collection of these pristine timepieces. If you've been looking for the perfect watch, but have been frustrated by the lack of choices and restrictions at the authorized dealers, make plans now to be at this amazing event. IDC has the luxury pre-owned Rolex you want at an amazing price, with special financing options as well. Each one has been well maintained and thoroughly inspected and looks brand new. Reward yourself or someone you love with the ultimate symbol of success and the most coveted brand in the world. Don't miss International Diamond Center's epic Rolex event with special pricing, special financing, and our best selection ever. It's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only, and only at International Diamond Center at Celebration Point on approved credit.
Every Gator football game all season long, right here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Live from Miller's Ale House in Celebration Point, you're listening to Gator Talk, presented by Dream Finders Homes. Once again, here's Sean Kelley.
Gators fans, make your game day even more memorable with exclusive collectible cups from Simple Modern, the official drinkware partner of the Gators. For each home game this season, Simple Modern has created a unique limited edition design Available only at the Swamp. You can find them at select concession stands inside Ben Hill Griffin Stadium and collect all 6 throughout the season. The new design for the next home game, which will be the Texas game, is the Gators in the script that you'd find in the end zone with the assorted teeth surrounding it in a royal blue with orange markings. As a matter of fact, tonight we're going to give away here. This is another benefit of coming live. Last game's cup. So, Steve, why don't you grab me a number? I'll just draw a ticket right now. Red tickets, everybody. You got one, hopefully, after getting settled in here at Miller's Ale House. Last 4 numbers, 1722. 1722. You will have one of the collectible cups from Simple Modern. Well to go. Head coach Billy Napier here with us tonight. We continue our conversation here leading up to SEC and overall road game number 1. Friends, we all know this. The Gators have not won in Baton Rouge since 2016. Strangely enough, that was the game that was supposed to be here in Gainesville and got moved because of Hurricane Matthew. The last time the Gators won at night in Death Valley, 2009. So we're going to try and get that thing back on our side, Coach, here this weekend. It is its own thing. Tiger Stadium on Saturday night. I did many games there before I came here. I've done games with you. The cathedrals of college football, and everybody has their own list. It's near the top of mine, just like the Swamp is. Just from that standpoint, being a competitor in that arena, what have you learned about that place? How do you handle it?
Yeah, well, been there quite a bit, a couple of times at Alabama, obviously, and then we were there 2 years ago, and had control of the game late into the game, and then Jaden Daniels obviously took over at that point. But I think it's it's the ones you sign up for, right? I mean, we talked about that with the players this week. As a player and a coach, these are the ones that you come here for. And, yeah, you relish in it. It's important to kind of have the right attitude going in, So these are once-in-a-lifetime experiences, and we have a lot at stake, in terms of our team and, what we need to do. It's time for us to make a decision about who we are and who we want to be.
At stake. We're not going to call it a must-win, are we? I mean, there's all of these labels. But
it's I just think it's our next opportunity to be on display since we fumbled it a little bit Saturday, right?
Yep.
So I think it's personal to the players. And, yeah, it's going to be – there's challenges that come with playing on the road in this league, and certainly LSU at night is one of those. So these are the fun ones.
Get your attention.
Yeah, no, it's incredible.
Yeah, it really is. We'll talk more about the Tigers in just a second. Let's start it up. Looks like Sue's first tonight. Parker's on the microphone. Parker, will you please allow Sue to begin our audience question session tonight with Coach?
Yep, here is Sue.
Hi, Coach. Hi, Sean. How are you?
We're well.
Good.
Thanks.
All right. We finally have some stats, even though it's just been 2 games. So I was able to look at the SEC, and what really stood out in the fact that we are playing LSU is the time of possession.
Mm-hmm.
So just so happens so far, the all-whopping 2 games we've had, that LSU is ranked number 1. They're holding on to the ball, and we're ranked number 3. So I'll talk about the time of possession. It seems like it's going to be a will, lots of running to keep that possession with us versus LSU. But now we're going up against each other.
Yeah, no, I think, look, we just played a game where we just had 3 possessions in the first half, right? So, I think you got 2 teams and similar in that regard. LSU has been, they haven't created as many explosive plays as you would think, right, in terms of what going into the season, maybe the narrative around their team. So, yeah, their points have been a result of multiple play drives, and obviously Clemson has a really good defense. I think the main thing that's contributing to time of possession is their defense, right? So they've got a really good group on that side of the ball. And then they've played Clemson, they played La Tech. So we're talking about a 2-game sample size here. It's tough to spin a narrative around that. But I do think time of possession is sometimes it can be very important, mostly when you have the lead. And hopefully we can start fast. I think that's one of the most important parts is you go into a venue like that, you need to start fast and kind of get control of the venue in general. So it's going to be important that we get off to a good start.
Still want to defer if you win the toss?
We'll see about that.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
Thought I'd sneak one in on that. All right, Parker, who's next?
All right, I'm over here with Lee.
Hey, Coach, question for you. Going into a night game, Baton Rouge, they're a rowdy crowd down there. If DJ starts to struggle a little bit, is there a point where you say, okay, let's pull DJ for a couple of plays and put Tramel Jones in or Harrison Bailey?
No, DJ is our starting quarterback, and he's the horse we got. We're going to ride him out. So, he's definitely our guy. So, DJ's our guy if he's weren't to be healthy. So, that's definitely not an option.
Yeah. First SEC road start for Lagway, but let's not forget, and I went back and looked, on the road at Mississippi State, he was 7 of 7 passing, and then he came off the bench and speaking about hostile environments, nearly got the Gators the win there with a touchdown. He was 9 of 17.
Tennessee, you're talking
at Tennessee,
about.
right. So not his first SEC road experience, just technically his first road start. All right, Parker, who's next?
All right, our next question is going to be Jose.
All right, Coach, how you doing?
Jose, that is a good-looking shirt and hat you got on, buddy.
Thank you.
You win the award for best dressed tonight.
Yeah. My question is, how come LSU is better defense this year than the last year?
Yeah, it's a great question. Well, first of all, I think it's a 2-game sample size. So are they better? We'll see. I do think that they have invested a lot into the portal. I think in general there's a lot of new personnel in the secondary, in the defensive line, the edge room. Perkins is back from injury. Jacoby and Guillory is back from injury. So they got a couple guys back, and then they've obviously made huge investments in the portal. And there's a lot of new faces over there. So I think they probably are the deepest they've been on that side of the ball since we played against them. But they've had some really good defenses there in the past couple years. So it's going to be a challenge. They're good at all 3 levels. I think the main upgrades that they've made have been in the secondary. I think they had some good players in the front 7 last year. I think the secondary is where they really made some improvements.
6 new starters out of the portal for LSU. The Harold Perkins thing is very real. And they've got him now at a position that he's asked to play, the star position, which see ball, get man kind of mentality for Harold Perkins. Coach, you mentioned up front for them defensively, line of scrimmage in this game is what?
Well, it's ultimately going to be a huge factor. Who can rush the ball, who can stop the run, who can protect the quarterback, who can affect the quarterback. I think that's a huge part of the narrative. If you dig into the game last year, that was an area that we won. So it'll be important. It's important in this league every week, So I think we got to be ready to go up front.
That'll be a huge one on Saturday. Take a quick break, then we'll come back. We'll do some more questions here as we make our way toward the bottom of the hour and the arrival of Hayden Hansen. Don't forget to visit your local Toyota dealers or explore setoyota.com and take advantage of the deals on the full line of vehicles. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. Gator Talk presented by Dream Finders Homes. We continue from Miller's Ale House after this on the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
Gator fans, this is Coach Billy Napier. Dream Finders Homes is the official home builder of the Florida Gators. They continue building quality new homes from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa. Headquartered in Florida, Dream Finders Homes focuses on beautifully styled, quality built new homes in the most desirable areas across the state and at the best value. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all the available inventory and great interest rate incentives. Go Gators!
My best friend Riley loved going to the beach. She was a great swimmer. Then one day, during a swim meet, she collapsed. She had cancer, Hodgkin lymphoma. She spent months getting care at UF Health. The doctors did so much, even put her in a clinical trial. I wish we could go to the beach right now. But she's working.
Out of the water.
She's on lifeguard duty. Maybe we'll head out when her shift is done.
UF Health. Human progress has no finish line.
Are you ready for some Gators football excitement, fans? Get ready to take your game day experience to the next level with Janet King Commercial Cleaning Services, the ultimate partner for a winning clean. Janet King has been a leader in the commercial cleaning industry for over 50 years, providing top-notch commercial cleaning services to businesses across Florida and beyond. Not only does Janet King provide exceptional game day cleaning, but they also offer tailored cleaning solutions for all types of businesses. For commercial cleaning services, go to janetking.com. That's JANIKING.com.
This is Gator Talk, presented by Dreamfinders Homes on the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
The wait is over. Miapa Latin Cafe is now open in the heart of Alachua. For over 13 years, Miapa has been serving up authentic Cuban flavor to the greater Alachua area. And now we're moving into a bigger, better space right across the street from our previous Alachua location. That means a bigger parking lot, more seating, and yes, a drive-thru for your cafecito fix on the go. We couldn't have done it without you. Miapa is deeply grateful to the community for years of support, love, and loyalty. This move is a celebration of you, our customers, neighbors, and friends. Miapa has been a part of Alachua County since 2003, and with 6 locations strong in Gainesville, Jonesville, and Alachua, we're proud to bring you the ultimate Cuban culinary experience. Miapa Latin Cafe. Authentic Cuban food, real community flavor.
This is former Gator quarterback Shane Matthews, and you're listening to the home of Gator football, WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Gator Talk, presented by Dreamfinders Homes, continues. For more of tonight's show, here's Sean Kelley.
All right, get ready to chomp the block again. We'll do it as we get set for that game against Texas. It's really strange from the time that Steve Egan, who's here again tonight, has got the congregation T-shirt on. Appreciate that. We got off the air, and I said, we're not home for a month. And that was true from that moment on. But Chomp the Block will be back here at Celebration Point on Friday, October 3rd at 6 before the Texas game, obviously. So get the gear and get the family together. The pregame event, great crowd last week for Chomp the Block, so we'll see you there on October 3rd. Coach, let's get right back to our audience questions, if you don't mind.
You got it.
Parker, we left this young man hanging during the break, and I appreciate your patience, sir. You're on with Coach Billy Napier.
All right, here's Daniel.
Do you see Dallas Wilson or Khalil Jackson coming back anytime soon?
I think that Khalil is closer. He's had some good weeks. He's making progress in his return to play. Still not quite 100%. Still not quite himself. And a difficult injury to come back from, especially when you play receiver, right? So he's out of the brace now, and he's just ultimately trying to get back to being himself. Now, Dallas has made progress, and we do have kind of a finish line there. I don't want to be too descriptive there, but we anticipate getting him back in the near future. But right now, he's kind of on a protocol. He's in return to play, and we'll ramp him up here soon.
Good question. Thank you. I think all of us recognize those names, obviously, especially K-Jack, so that'll be great. Coach, when we talk about LSU, let's talk about quarterback, if you don't mind. And we've seen Garrett Nussmeier before, fifth-year senior now, and squarely in the Heisman conversation. What do you, according to those that project those things, what do you see in Nussmeier as, he's sitting here at 68% now in the season, 2 touchdowns and interception. I know it's a small sample size, but you've got history with him and his family, obviously.
Yeah. I think that Nuss is, first of all, he's a coach's son. He's a returning starter. I think he's a really good leader on the team. I think he's got a great pulse for his teammates. And he does a nice job of working his way through his progressions. He's a good game manager. And he's got a great group of skill around him, So they had an incredible offensive line last year. They've kind of retooled the offensive line. They got some portal receivers they brought in. And then, obviously, they're trying to run the ball a little bit more to give him some balance. So one of the things that we need to do is we need to affect the quarterback in this game, right? And the rush and the coverage have got to work well together. We got to be sticky in coverage. We've got to do a good job disguising in the back end, mix it up on the guy. and then we got to get the rush going. We got to try to affect them and land.
Everybody over in Baton Rouge wants to tell me how great their receivers are, and I tell them how great our receivers are. Coach, what is it about LSU's receivers that has their fans as excited as they are?
Really unique run-after-catch players, right? 0, 6, and 1 have elite run-after-catch, speed, explosive, unique. Yeah, just a really unique group. I think Barry and Brown came over from Kentucky. He's the kickoff returner. And then 0 came over from Mississippi State a year ago. And this is the punt returner and the kick returner, probably the best combination of returners in the last decade in college football, I would say.
That's a lot.
Yeah, big challenge. You got to neutralize both returners with really good specialist play, and when we do have to cover the kick, we got to do it. We got to play with speed. We got to leverage it outside in with good edges, and then we got to gang tackle these guys. So, yeah, unique combination of skill. Another week in the SEC.
Indeed it is. Red zone, Coach, is the last thing that I want to ask you before we get Hayden Hansen into the conversation. What has eluded the Gators in the red zone? What did you do this week to try and sharpen that up a little bit?
Yeah, really missed opportunity the first possession, 14-play possession. We had a guy open. Then we have a penalty. Then we're behind the sticks. We have to settle for 3. The second possession, we had 2 touchdowns called back. And then, obviously, the third possession, I think I could have done a little bit better on the third down call right there before the 2-minute warning. He got me. He was in a little bit better call. And we ultimately had to settle for 3. So we had 3 possessions. We got 9 points. I think we probably could have got 17 if we do what we're supposed to do. So, OPI penalty on Hayden Hansen was, a little bit of a suspect call confirmed by the SEC office. And ultimately we can't control that. We can control some of the other things that we can do better. So I think that's what our focus has been on.
Is the fix then just recognizing that, or is there something more that you can do in any given week? I know, like, this rushes by.
Yeah, I mean, I think we made the plays. A little more detail, a little more poise, a little bit better execution. I think the plays are there to make.
Very good. Hayden Hansen joins us when we come back. Another time out here from Miller's Ale House. We continue on Gator Talk, presented by Dreamfinders Homes, after this from the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Gators, Chris Doring here. Growing up in Gainesville, my dream was to be a Florida Gator. I was honored to be a part of a team that changed it all in the mid-90s. Drawing on that same determination and work ethic, myself and my team at Chris Doring Mortgage put forth relentless effort to get our clients to the closing table and into a home they love. Find out how we can help you with a purchase loan or a refinance. Visit ChrisDoringMortgage.com.
Chris Doring Mortgage, powered by MortgageAdvisors.com, NMLS 701-681-937-3321, Equal Housing Lender.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit QualityPlumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
If an insurance company is there to sell you insurance, shouldn't it also be there to service it with real people? At Florida Farm Bureau Insurance, we're here to help. We're focused on your specific needs. That's why we have local agents working for you in every county across the state, offering competitive rates and fast, friendly service. It's more than insurance. It's the kind of treatment you deserve. Find a local agent at ffbic.com to set up your free, no-obligation insurance review. Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best. Proud to support Gators Athletics.
This is Gator Talk, presented by Dreamfinders Homes on the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp now for free information on how to get started today. InventHelp provides invention services that help everyday inventors get started with their idea. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. Our services include professional materials needed to showcase your invention, and 3D animation and prototype modeling that help you demonstrate your idea. Get down to the details of your idea with a technical drawing. The InventHelp Data Bank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Take advantage of the opportunity to get started today.
Call us for free information at 1-800-577-2648. That's 1-800-577-2648. Again, 1-800-577-2648.
Every Gator football game all season long, right here on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
This is Gator Talk, presented by Dreamfinders Homes, your home for all things orange and blue. Once again, here's Sean Kelley.
As your pet bleed orange and blue just like you, enter the Florida Credit Union Pet of the Game contest and earn wagging rights all season long. Submit a photo of your pet showing off their Gator pride, and you can win gift cards to the UF Bookstore and Gallo Car Wash, plus a VIP ticket package to the Florida State game. And, of course, be eligible to win Pet of the Year honors. Enter today at flcu.org/FCUPETS. Welcome back, everybody, to Miller's Ale House. Gator Talk continues tonight, presented by Dreamfinders Homes. Head coach Billy Napier remains with us. And now seated next to me is number 89, Hayden Hansen. Please say hello to the Gator starting tight end. He is now on television doing commercials, and he's taking pictures with families and kissing babies and shaking hands here at Miller's Ale House tonight. But now he's old, and I told him he's old because he's been in our program now for a while, and he has come to be the player that I thought he might be when I first met him. Billy Napier, has he now achieved the vision that you had for him, even back when you were thinking about him at another place?
Yeah, it's one of the more impressive development stories of my career. Just knowing the beginning of this thing, going all the way back to the very beginning. I actually showed a clip to the team this week of Hayden his freshman year. He was on the scout kickoff cover unit, and he was running down just to kind of remind some of our young players, hey, look, even some of our best guys were in your spot at one point in their career. So this is one heck of a story here. I couldn't be more proud of a guy on our team.
No doubt. Hayden, by the way, he's officially listed like at 6'7" 3/4", I think. Let's just say 6'8". Is 269 still good on my board, or do I need to change that?
That's good.
269?
Yes, sir.
It's good because you like the number, or that's real?
That's real.
Okay. So I told you all at the start of the show, he used to play quarterback. When you played quarterback, were you 6'8", 269?
No, I was far from that. I was about 6'3", 215.
Okay, that's more quarterback-like.
That's more quarterback-like.
So where did the growth spurt happen, or when did that come along?
Going into sophomore year, going into junior year, I was about 6'4" is my peak, and then going into junior year, I had about 6'6", and then I grew about 1.5 inches here as well. So I think I'm done now, though.
So who had to tell you that maybe you weren't a quarterback down the road?
So we had a couple guys on my team at the time. A guy named Ken Seals, who used to play quarterback for Vanderbilt. We had a safety, and I'll never forget. We had an OU scout come in, and he looked at me. He goes, "You love playing quarterback?" I was like, "Yes, sir." He was like, "You want to play at the next level?" I was like, "Yes, sir." He goes, Give tight end a try. I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And the rest is history. So
you didn't flinch.
No, I played both positions our first scrimmage, and then I was like, you know what? This tight end thing's kind of fun. So,
Coach, why is Hayden Hansen a good tight end in the Billy Napier system?
Well, first of all, he's smart. He's a smart player. He can process the run game, the protection game, and the pass game. And then he's tough. He's durable. And he's got detail. He's a very detailed player. So there's a long list of fundamentals and techniques, and you got to be a true student of the game, right? His information recall, his ability to process, communicate quickly, and then he's just a big, physical, fast dude, you know. And he's worked so hard at improving in every area of his game. So look, I can remember this guy. We worked him out in the indoor at Louisiana. This is post-COVID, right? So you had these private workouts, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out why this guy isn't the top recruit in the country. He was committed to us at Louisiana, and then when we got the job at Florida, we offered him a scholarship here, and he came with us.
So, Hayden, why did you go with him?
Well, I'm always a family-first guy. You know, we had a couple home visits from different schools and things like that, and my mom really loved Napier from day one. I remember he invited us to the cookout, that kind of like similar to what we do here. They did it at UL. We went for that. I saw my mom playing with his kids and his wife and things like that. It was really a family feel for me, and I felt like that could be a home away from home, being out of state. I love the staff. I love what they stood for. And I knew when he transitioned here, he was going to stand for the same things, build the same staff. So there was no doubt in my mind when I came here.
Did Coach Napier make a home visit to you in Texas?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in that situation, who's more nervous, Mom, you, or the coach?
My mom was pretty nervous. It was funny because for all the coaches that would visit our house, she would always prepare like a food platter of like foods and things, and no one would ever eat it or take anything. And she was always like, "Did I do something wrong?" I was like, "Mom, calm down." I'm sure they ate. I'm sure they wanted to get some Texas barbecue or something before they got here. So my mom was always nervous. So,
did you eat, Coach, or did you not eat?
Yeah, I always try to take part regardless. Sometimes it's outstanding. Sometimes maybe not so much. But. Yeah, no, Hayden's got an incredible family. What a great home. He claims Fort Worth, but he's from Weatherford, And but no, these are special people here, man. Just incredible. His sister plays volleyball at Clemson.
Yes, sir. They just beat Georgia last night.
That's right. So they're all athletes and just great competitors and just incredible characters. So these are salt of the earth type folks here.
Coach, before you go, just thinking about now, we're seeing the end of the journey here for Hayden Hansen.
Yeah.
What would you like to see him achieve, or what would make you proud this season with regard to the way he performs?
No, I'm already proud of him. Yeah. I mean, regardless of the results, I think I'm proud of the young man. I'm proud of the body of work. He's a great football player, but more importantly, he's one of the best leaders that we have. And look, he wasn't that guy when he showed up here. He's developed in that confidence, and he's a product of his hard work. And I think he cares about the team. He's a selfless player. He's going to play in the National Football League one day, and I'm hopeful that he's proud of our team and his career here when he's finished.
I'm going to ask you the same question when we come back. We got a break here.
Yes, sir.
By the way, Coach mentioned he's smart. He's also a member or recipient of the SEC Academic Honor Roll, so that's another thing about Hayden Hansen. Coach, your time to go. You got to get back and get prepared for Saturday. Thanks again, and good luck. Go
Thank
Gators. Yep. That's head coach Billy Napier. I'll continue with the tight end, Hayden Hansen, when we come back here on Gator Talk. 2 more giveaways as well for our live audience at Miller's Ale House. Back after this on the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Gators, when you bring Hellman's creamy buffalo chicken dip to the watch party, you can be a couch coach, cheer too loud, or worse, bring a friend who knows nothing about football.
How do they get the yellow line to move on the field?
Because when you do dip with Hellman's, you can do no wrong. That's a Hail Mayo. Hellman's, the official mayonnaise of Florida Athletics. Bring out the best.
At ViStar Credit Union, we go the extra mile to bring University of Florida fans better banking. Open a ViStar Plus checking account and unlock up to $570 in annual savings. Enjoy perks like getting paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit, identity and phone protection, and so much more. All for just $5.99 a month. To learn more, visit one of ViStar's local branches or visit ViStarCU.org. ViStar Credit Union, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Go Gators!
Gator fans, this is Coach Billy Napier. Dream Finders Homes is the official home builder of the Florida Gators. They continue building quality new homes from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa. Headquartered in Florida, Dream Finders Homes focuses on beautifully styled, quality built new homes in the most desirable areas across the state and at the best value. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all the available inventory and great interest rate incentives. Go Gators!
This is Gator Talk, presented by Dreamfinders Homes on the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Joe, what are you and Mary doing for the Gators game? Want to come by my place and watch it?
No offense, Mick, but your place is more humid than Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, and that place is nicknamed the Swamp. Why don't you guys come over to our place instead? We'll have some snacks, hamburgers, hot dogs, cold drinks, and cold air.
That sounds good, Joe. I don't know who to call about the AC. There are so many companies out there. How do you know who to call?
That's easy, Mick. Call the company we always call. Charles Berg Enterprises.
When your home comfort is on the line, trust the name Gainesville has counted on since 1967. Charles Berg Enterprises. Charles Berg Enterprises is still family-owned and still guided by the values Charles Berg believed in. Integrity, reliability, and exceptional customer care. And they use the best equipment on the market. Train. It's hard to stop a train. So if you don't want your home feeling like the swamp and you don't want to get swamped with high electric bills, call Charles Berg Enterprises today and experience comfort you can count on. Visit CharlesBergEnterprises.com or call now to schedule your next service.
Charles Berg.
Charles Berg.
Charles Berg.
This is former Gator quarterback Shane Matthews, and you're listening to the home of Gator football, WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Live from Miller's Ale House in Celebration Point, you're listening to Gator Talk, presented by Dreamfinders Homes. Once again, here's Sean Kelley.
All right, ready to kick off your retirement. If you don't have a defensive financial plan that includes the best offense for your goals, visit guardingyournestegg.com to meet Talon Wealth, the official wealth management team of the Florida Gators. Compensation paid to Learfield for partnership with the Gators. Sue, here's a stat for you. Hayden Hansen is now the second leading receiver on this team right now. Only 2 games in. I get it. But so far, so good. 6 catches, 67 yards, a touchdown already through 2 games for number 89. Hayden, I asked Coach about what he'd like to see for you and what could be your last year with us. We'll see how it all plays out. He's listed as a redshirt junior technically right now. Hayden, what about you? What for you will be right or go right that makes this past offseason and the work you put in balance, shall we say?
For sure. I mean, I always want to be that dependable guy for the team. I want to be the best I can for the team. So depending on whatever situation, whatever game we're in, whatever they need me to do, whether that's blocking, going to catch a touchdown, or regardless, I need to make sure I'm at my best, first of all. And then I got named to the Mackey Award watch list, so I would love to win the award, God willing. And other than that, just I take a lot of pride in guys knowing they can count on me regardless of whatever situation we're in. So I'm always going to go prepare with that mindset.
You have 4 career touchdowns. Is there a favorite?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to beat the first one. You know, in Kentucky, we were down by, I think, 2 or 3 touchdowns. I caught it. The stadium kind of went quiet. And it's kind of a surreal moment. It was also nice to catch one against Georgia as well, and, you know, a rival. But hopefully there's many more to come. So,
you obviously played at the – by the way, Hayden will make his 25th career start, 25th on Saturday night. And it's the longest consecutive start streak on the offensive side of the football. There's a safety on the other side that's seemingly been starting the same stretch with Hayden. Hayden, when you talk about going into a road venue, you and I and Coach were talking about this during the break a little bit, that mentality about going to play at like Neyland in Knoxville or Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. How do you get yourself ready for that?
Right. I mean, first of all, you got to know what you're getting yourself into, and that's one of the benefits we have on this team is we are a majority veteran team that's been in that spot before, whether they came from another place. So we know what we're getting into, and we know how to replicate that in practice. We know that if the communication's not where it needs to be in practice, there's no shot it'll be where it needs to be in Tiger Stadium. So we have to go in with that mindset, know what's going to happen, know it's going to be hostile, but also know that if we start fast and take the breath out of their fans, that there's not going to be as loud. It won't impact us as much. So that's kind of the emphasis we have on offense is we have to start fast, hit the ground running.
Easier said than done. What are the keys to starting fast then?
Key to starting fast, I mean, you saw it last game. The biggest problems were shooting ourselves in the foot, whether that's undisciplined penalties, false starts, missed assignments, and that goes for everybody on the 11 guys on the field. So I mean, you have to eliminate those, the penalties, whatnot, shooting yourself in the foot. And then you have to know the game plan, know the defensive structure. Know how to read what's coming to you, and you have to react fast because in this league, one mistake can really flip the narrative.
No doubt. It's been noisy this week, and Coach even said it was either after the game on Saturday or on Monday, hey, look, criticism is coming our way, rightfully so. For you, Hayden, as not just a player but a leader of this team, do you block it all out? Do you lean into it? How have you learned to handle a noisy week like this has been?
Yeah, so me personally, I never look at it whether it's good or bad because I think it has a bad perspective as a player. You know, you never want to get too high. You never want to get too low. You want to be that same middle guy where your motivation comes from within. But I would say team-wise, it depends on the person. You know, some guys use it as fuel. Some guys block it out regardless. But, I mean, like, for an example, the day after we lost, it kind of clicked in my head when I was, like, turning, couldn't really sleep after the game. Notre Dame dropped a upset at their place against NIU, ended up making the college football playoff. So I kind of put a little edited picture together, sent it to the team. I was like, this is far from over. I was like, this could be the best wake-up call Gator Nation's ever seen, you know. So we have to we know what we need to fix. We need to fix it and go out there and perform.
Really? So you put that together.
Yes, sir.
Was that late Saturday night or Sunday?
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Yes, sir.
I had not heard that. As much as I'm around you guys, I had not heard that. Last year you were a part of the turnaround of the season. And I even said to Coach earlier, at least my observation was it seemed to come from very much inside, player-driven as far as the way you turned that around last season. How did you guys do it then, and do you lean on that here now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I said it I did some media on Monday, and I said the same thing. I mean, the biggest benefit is, I mean, we've had this taste in our mouth before. We know how to respond. We know who to lean on. We know our brothers to lean on. And, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you shouldn't have to motivate another grown man to go out there and do his job, you know. So when the whole team comes together, kind of the message is, you know, the motto should be take care of your business and look to your left and right and trust that we're going to take care of ours and we're going to go out there and win. And that's kind of what happened last year with that 4-game stretch is you got to look yourself in the mirror and know that hold yourself accountable first and then hold the others around you accountable.
Seems rare.
Yes, sir.
But you say it's here.
Yes.
With this group.
100%.
Let's finish on this. A guy named Jack Pyburn is going to be on the other side of the football on Saturday night, former teammate of yours. Do you think about those things? How do you handle, especially in this era of college football that we're in?
For sure. I mean, yeah, you're always going to think about it, you know, but I think this rivalry is bigger than just an individual player. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, it excites me. I know the guy. I saw him down in New Orleans. I went to the UFC fight, saw him there, talked to him a little bit. So there's always that friendly rivalry, and we definitely want to come out on top.
All right. Oh, one more thing. Academically, where are you going? Well, how's that progressing for you?
Good. I'm on pace to graduate in December.
Good for you. Congratulations. And you'll be have a degree in what?
Education science.
Education science. Are you going to be a coach?
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Yes, sir.
After the NFL.
After the NFL.
After the NFL.
After the NFL.
One of my favorites, no doubt, because there's a group of these guys that when I came in here and I replaced the legend, Mick Hubert, I latched onto a young group of guys, and he's one of them, and he's become certainly one of my favorites. Last chore for you. Let's pick some winners here.
All right.
All right. So Billy Napier autograph football. If you'll pick one and read me the last four numbers, Hayden.
Last four we got.
Last four.
1749.
1749. Boom, winner there. And then a $25 gift card to Alumni Hall.
All right.
We'll need one more red ticket here. Congratulations, sir. Thank you for always coming.
1750.
1750. Good table over there. Buy some lottery tickets. Well done. Hayden, thank you very much. Good luck on Saturday night and continued success on and off the field, sir.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Hayden Hansen, everybody, our tight end, as he gets set to go up against LSU on Saturday night. Speaking of getting ready for the game, don't forget your ultimate Gator shopping experience is at Alumni Hall. Shop the best and officially licensed Gator gear from Nike, Champion, Peter Millar, New Era, Yeti, and more. If you spend $150, you'll receive $10 in Hall cash for your next shopping visit. Hats, accessories, all of it's there for your tailgating and, of course, you're watching when we're on the road. Alumni Hall or online or on their app. Alumni Hall, where Gators fans shop. Final thought or two when we come back. Wrap up Gator Talk after this on the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
My best friend Riley loved going to the beach. She was a great swimmer. Then one day, during a swim meet, she collapsed. She had cancer, Hodgkin lymphoma. She spent months getting care at UF Health. The doctors did so much, even put her in a clinical trial. I wish we could go to the beach right now, but she's working.
Out of the water.
She's on lifeguard duty. Maybe we'll head out when her shift is done.
UF Health. Human progress has no finish line.
They're not just the Gators, they're your Gators. Customize your eligible Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today and show your Gator pride with every purchase. Get started at wellsfargo.com/Gators. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official retail bank of the Florida Gators. Copyright 2025 Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Get 2.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through September 30th, 2025. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $29.08 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
This is Gator Talk, presented by Dreamfinders Homes on the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
Spurrier's Gridiron Grill is a special type of place for Gator fans and fans of great food, which is why we made every day special. Join us on Martini Tuesdays for half off our handcrafted martinis and wine Wednesdays, where you can enjoy a bottle of wine for 50% off. On Old Fashioned Thursdays, indulge in our selection of 8 classic old-fashioned cocktails. And of course, don't forget Sunday brunch. And now you can look special in some of our great merchandise, available at the restaurant or online at Spurriers.com. Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, the hottest restaurant in Florida in the heart of Gator Nation.
At the UPS store, we get it. Being a small biz owner requires grit and hustle, but you don't have to do it alone. We've got your back. You put your heart and soul into your biz, we put ours into packing and shipping. While you're keeping track of your custom-made orders, our mailboxes are keeping your packages safe. Because we're here to help you be unstoppable with shredding, printing, notary, and more. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.
Every Gator football game all season long, right here on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
It's Thursday night, and you're tuned in to Gator Talk, presented by Dreamfinders Homes. Once again, here's Sean Kelley.
Gators fans, heat up the swamp with the homecoming sweepstakes presented by Comfort Temp. Enter now at floridagators.com/chill for your chance to win 2 tickets to the Florida-Mississippi State homecoming game, 2 pregame hospitality passes, your name called on our radio broadcast, and a $250 UF bookstore gift card. Don't miss out. Enter today at floridagators.com/chill. All right, update from soccer, by the way. They're home tonight against 9th-ranked Arkansas to get going in SEC play. 3-2. Gators are in a battle here and trying to get a big signature win here for Samantha Bohan. Down by a goal with about 11 and a half minutes to go in regulation. I know they add time and all that. It's beyond me. I'm just saying what's on the clock at the moment. Volleyball is back home this Sunday. They'll look to rebound from their match in North Carolina. They'll host 20th-ranked Baylor this Sunday at 1 p.m. First 250 kids 12 and under will receive a free reversible bucket hat. You can get yours today at floridagators.com/tickets. And the Gators are ranked 12th this week under head coach Tice, who will be with us here at Gator Talk during the bye week, by the way. So we'll look forward to that first visit with him. All right, let me give you a little bit of the game prep before we get out of here. 72nd meeting all time between Florida and LSU. It's dead even. Each side has 34 wins, and there are 3 ties. So the winner on Saturday grabs control of the all-time series. And Trey Wilson, by the way, has a chance here at a touchdown in each of his first 3 games. If he does it, he'll be the first since Kadarius Toney, who did it 4 straight games to begin 2020, and Kyle Pitts the same year. So Trey Wilson, who's had a touchdown catch in every single game he's played at Florida, will look to join that group on Saturday night. Steve Egan producing for us, engineer here, Alex Bauer back at Master Control. Thanks to a great crowd tonight once again at Miller's Ale House. 7:44 Eastern Time kick on Saturday night. We'll talk to you from Death Valley here on the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
You've been listening to Gator Talk, presented by Dreamfinders Homes, building throughout Florida, official home builder of the Gators. Tonight's show has also been brought to you by UF Health. At UF Health, we believe human progress has no finish line. Visit humanprogress.ufhealth.org to learn more. Meldon Law, official injury and accident law firm sponsor of the Florida Gators. We won't back down. Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. Do dip with Hellman's and do no wrong. And by Wells Fargo, official retail bank of the Florida Gators. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Gator Sports Network.
It's almost time for National Voter Registration Day. Join in celebrating democracy and the right to vote on Tuesday, September 16th. No matter your political views, National Voter Registration Day is a chance to get yourself, your family, your friends, and community vote ready for election 2025. With federal, state, and local races coming up, your voice can make a difference up and down the ballot. For more information, visit nationalvoterregistrationday.org. That's nationalvoterregistrationday.org.
When the unexpected happens, you need a legal team that's ready to fight for you, just like the Florida Gators. At Meldon Law, we're proud to partner with the Florida Gators to deliver winning results for those who have been injured at no fault of their own. With a strong record of success and a team that won't back down, Meldon Law is your trusted partner in tough times. Call Meldon Law at 352-373-8000 or visit us at meldonlaw.com.